Alright, hello everyone. I'm here with Jana Amari. We don't actually know each other, but someone in comments told me that I'm not interviewing any girls. So I just went to my Twitter feed and you were like the first person that popped up, so I just messaged you. And you said yes, so thanks for that.
Well, amazing. I'm glad to be, is it the first?
First girl, yeah.
One of the first? Yeah, first girl on your channel. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Because I don't really know you, I don't really know where to start. I know that you stream a lot. I think you started playing Magic like a year ago and you like occasionally cosplay and stuff like that. But for people who don't know, or you know, for me as well, I guess, can you just like introduce yourself, tell us how you got into Magic and stuff like that?
Okay, yeah. Okay, my name's Jana Amari. I'm a MTG cosplayer, content creator. I do a lot of different things. So I stream, you know, I do the MTG cosplays, like I try to run these streamer showdown tournaments, all sort of things. I just really, really, really love Magic, so I try to do every little thing that I possibly can in it. I got into Magic. It's actually really, really funny. So do you know the game Artifact, Peter? Have you ever played it?
Okay, my name is actually not Peter, it's Petr, or in English, Petr. I don't have the second E. It's like a different name, yeah.
Okay, apologies. Okay, so what was really funny is that, so I was playing Dota, and then I went to the International in 2018 when the time that they released the game. And they gave like beta codes to people going to the International. So I played the game, and then I had not ever played a card game before. So when I played it, I was like, oh, this is so fun, this and that. But it's really, really funny because the game died like immediately. Yeah. Yeah, like in 2 months it was done. And then after, but then like I started getting ads for Magic the Gathering. Like I remember it was like War the Spark, Liliana. It was like that crazy trailer with like
was it the one with the Emrakul?
Yeah.
That one was really good, yeah.
Yeah, it was so crazy. Like, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so, well, I really liked Artifact. Like, let's just play Magic. And then the game was like 1,000 times better. So, yeah, that's how I got into Magic. So it wasn't really through paper. I know a lot of people, you know, they always say, oh, I played Magic when I was really young. It wasn't the case for me. Like, I started playing Magic through Magic Arena. So that's how I got started.
I actually watched your stream for like 15 minutes. I'm sorry that I didn't watch more, but I thought that you played pretty well given the fact that you play only for like 1 year. Is that because you're playing like Infinite nowadays, or maybe you think that you're talented or something? Like, I was very impressed is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, I think that, and I'd love to get your opinion because, you know, you've played competitively before, but I think MTG Arena just really changes everything. Like, you get the information so fast. Like, the pros are always streaming. I'm all, you know, as a streamer, I like to, you know, just be in the community a lot. So I'm naturally in other people's chats typing, and then you just learn a lot, like more than you would going to an FNM or just like playing against people locally. When you have so much access to like good players online, people are always posting their deck lists, like things are always changing. So I think for me, like, although I try to play competitively, you know, like I've played the SCG events, actually top 8'd the last one. So really? Yeah. I top 8'd, I played Rakdos Sacrifice, and it was really funny because I was like, oh, I'll just play this deck. It's probably like really, really bad, but I really like Sacrifice. And yeah, and then I ended up getting top 8 like by accident or something like that. And yeah, I've had like some okay results. Like, remember when Jessica Yorion was a thing? Like in the Arena Open, I went 6-2, so I got $1,000 from that. But it's mostly like, I don't try to be mega competitive. It's just like there's just so many information, and you're just learning constantly that it's hard not to be like not extremely good, but it's not hard to get to improve fast if you're like really wanting to learn. So that's what I find that's cool about Magic now, is that there's just like there's a million articles out there and stuff like that you can read. So yeah, it's easy to get good if you really wanted to. You
mentioned the fact that you participated the SCG event. You also played the Arena Open or whatever. is competitive Magic like something that you're interested in? Do you maybe like want to qualify for a Pro Tour at some point? Or are you like more focusing on the content and, you know, just like if you have a tournament, you will play in it, but you don't really care that much?
Yeah, I'm always like competitive by nature. Like it's hard for me. Like when I was cosplaying, I was also like competing in the events and stuff like that, like the cosplay tournaments. It's just how I am as a person. So like as much as I like to say, oh yeah, like no, I'm just a streamer, like I do it for the content, like a lot of people, you know, that always come to my stream, they can tell, you know, when I'm not having a good game, I'm super upset. Like it's hard for me just to not be competitive. So I don't like I don't like play test or anything. A lot of the testing I do is on stream because I also have a full-time job, so there's not much time for me to practice compared to someone that wants to go professionally. I do try. That's not really where I am focusing my content or like where I want to be. But it would be really cool to practice or like to enter a pro tour. Like that'd be really cool, and I'm sure that'd be super great for stream. So if I ever get there, that would be great, but it's not something I'm really focused on, right? But I just wanna like play the best I can, and then show people that like you know, like I'm not that bad. It was mostly my real goal. So just playing my best and having fun.
So let's talk about the streaming a little bit. Like I'm curious to know like how often do you stream? Where do you maybe want to go with it? Do you maybe like want to do like other content as well? Just like if you can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So I stream as much as I can. Like right now with the pandemic going on, I work from home. So it's a lot easier for me to, you know, work from home and then do some stuff and then just like stream at night. Like no one's going out. So like I don't have anywhere to go but stream.
I hate that.
Like so if I wanted like you know, one thing that I missed, like because I'm so new, I've never been to a Magic Fest. Because when I got interested in Magic and wanted to go to the Magic Fest, the pandemic hit, and then there's like no more events. So I find that, you know, I love Magic so much. It's hard to actually play like paper Magic, so streaming is all I have. So I'm finding myself doing it almost every day, just because there's just nowhere to go and nothing to do.
That makes sense.
In terms of streaming, like I like to have my stream, you know, funny. Like that's one thing that I find in Magic and like other streams that like no one, I don't know why like people don't joke as much. Like people are just so serious in Magic sometimes. So what I like to do, you know, I'm loud, like I'm kind of goofy, like I make misplays, and then I'm just like, oh my god, like I was just doing it like to test my opponent or something like that. You know, just like lighten the mood kind of thing is where I want to go with my content. Twitch, unfortunately, or maybe not unfortunately, but it tends to be a lot more competitive. Like that's where the content wants to be. So that's where I try to aim my content, but like I said before, like I don't really have any goals to be like professional or anything. So right now it's just like having fun and then playing my best is sort of where I want to be my content and like sort of lighten the mood a bit, because I don't know, Magic players, like stop being so serious, you know, like it's just a game. So yeah, that's where I want to be.
All kinds of people, so I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned the fact that you would like to go to a Magic Fest at some point. Back in my day, you know, I used to travel like maybe 2 times a month to like different cities all over the world. Can you like maybe imagine like ever doing that? Just like traveling to all these events, play a lot of paper Magic? You actually don't. I'm sorry to interrupt. You don't actually even know how it is to play real life, right?
No, like the only paper I've done, like I've gone to like 1 or 2 sealed events. So I've done it before, like at a local FNM, but never to these Magic Fests. So when I was cosplaying, like I was okay. So let me take a step back. My content creation online started with cosplay. Like I cosplayed all the time. I would travel to these like gaming conventions, you know, with like hundreds and thousands of people. So like I've been to those events before, but not for Magic or anything. but like I love those conventions so much. Like I'm so excited for when the world sort of gets back to normal and we can do these things again, because it'll be super super fun. Like I have so much Magic cosplays like to wear at these Magic fests. Like I'd love to play paper, you know. So I just can't wait for that. I can't imagine. Like I'm sure it'd be so fun to actually meet people I've met online and like all my friends. So like I really just can't wait for that, you know. How about you? Like, I'm sure you're stoked.
I hate it. I don't know. I basically lived on the road for like, I don't know, 4 years or whatever. And now I'm just stuck in one place for a very long time, and I don't know. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it really sucks. I mean, it's all what we can do, but it's nice to maybe be positive a little bit.
Do you think that it's maybe possible that like you will not actually like the paper Magic?
No, I don't think so. Like, I think, you know, a lot of, when people come to my stream and talk about their Magic experience, it seems like people are more like, I like paper Magic because of the social aspect of it, like going to a tournament, you know, competing your best, but then you have friends, you know, that you talk to between rounds and stuff like that, or like people that live on the other side of the world that you can finally meet and like play with at these events. So I think that I'd really enjoy that part. Like I don't see myself like not liking it. I mean, like for a girl online, you know, a lot of people have I've seen
you like have to like shuffle the cards, which can be annoying, you know. There are like a lot of things.
Yeah, but I don't think that like I'm always a positive person, so I don't think that like
I noticed.
I hate it. Yeah, like I'm always loud and happy, so I can never like look at the bad side of things.
That's like the exact opposite of me. I'm always sad and not saying anything.
Negative? No. I mean, you know, everyone's different, so yeah.
It's not like you choose to be that way, you know. It's just
no,
like,
of course not. And there's nothing wrong. Like, it's just, you know, just people are people. Like, oh well.
So you talked about the fact that you like cosplayed before, but I assume that wasn't Magic, right?
No. I cosplayed a lot of different things, like Overwatch. Like I said, I've competed a lot. When I talked about going to the international and getting a beta key for Artifact, that's because I competed at the international cosplay contest. I got top 16 in that,
wow.
And then like I walked the stage and stuff like that.
How many people are like in the competition?
How many people entered? I think around like 200 or something like that.
Top 16 is really good, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. Like it's like Magic, you know. You go and no, it's nothing like Magic. And then I did TwitchCon. Like I competed at the TwitchCon cosplay contest, and then you know they fly you out to San Diego, and then you kind of like walk the stage. So yeah. Like I've always been competitive. Like whatever I do, it seems to be competitive. Like I describe myself as like a creative person, so I really like art and things like that. So yeah, that's sort of my cosplay background, just like liking like being a giant nerd, like playing all these different games and stuff like that, and then wanting to be the characters for fun, I guess.
Will you maybe do like a Magic cosplay during like one of the Magic Fest and stuff?
Yes, I would love to. Like I have an Elspeth cosplay, it's on my Twitter. Like really? Well, I used to be my profile picture. I did that. I have Liliana, this and that. Like I'm always
Isn't it like
doing
pretty
whatever.
expensive to like make that stuff? I don't actually know, but like.
Well, I mean, you could do it at whatever level you want, but since I'm such a try-hard at everything, like I try to get like really expensive material so it can look good. But you don't like have to. But if you're like competitive like me, then it adds up to quite a bit. So.
Isn't it hard to just like be so competitive at everything? You like have a full-time job, then you like stream a bunch, and you like also do cosplay. Doesn't it get tiring sometimes?
Oh my gosh, I'm always tired. Like I always joke on stream like I'm a boomer now. Like I wake up tired and like my back hurts and stuff like that.
Don't tell me about it.
No, I mean it's just you know, that's just how I am. Like I come from like an Asian background. I think it's pretty common for you know, like I just grew up in a
very from actually. I have no idea.
I'm Filipino, so like I am from Canada. I'm based in Canada, but like my ethnicity, I'm Filipino. So yeah, like my mom, you know, always like, oh, get straight A's, go to doctor school or something like that. So that's how I'm always like working. A lot of my friends, they'll say like, oh, Jana, you're working too much, and it's just like I can't stop. I don't know what it is. Like some days it can be tough, but mostly like I enjoy what I do. I find myself really, really lucky. Like you know, a lot of people, they say, you know, they're struggling in the pandemic, but I find myself super, super, super lucky. I'm able to work at home, and then I can play Magic, and yeah, and just like be happy. Like I can still do cosplays at home and like do all the stuff that, like, my life hasn't really changed as much. Just different now, but super lucky to be where I am and what kind of position I'm in. So yeah.
That's awesome. Have you been born in Canada? Like, have you ever been to Philippines? Do you actually speak the language?
Yeah. I went. Okay, so this is what's interesting.
Do you speak the language?
Okay, I can understand it, but not so much practice. I'm really, really bad. But here's a fun fact. Okay, so I'm Filipino, but I was born in Saudi Arabia. Like, wow. Like, it's so random. And then from Saudi Arabia, my parents moved to Canada, where I got my citizenship. But then I went to middle school and high school in the States. Like, we moved again. And then after I graduated high school, I moved back to Canada for college. So that's kind of like where I am. So when people ask me where I'm from, like I don't really have a clue. Like my family, we've always been moving. So yeah, that's kind of my background. Like I'm just like a random, I think. I don't know.
Just a random girl running around.
Yeah, no, I guess that's what I can describe myself. Like, I'm just random. Like, when it comes to MTG content, like, I'm so random. Like, I've written articles before. Like, I wrote a sideboard guide for, like, my top 8 thing. But, like, I'm not... Like, I wouldn't say I'm super competitive, but I am. And then I do cosplay, and then I try to run tournaments. And then I'm like, oh, my God, like, what do I do? So, just, like, do everything. So random.
Just a random, yeah. I think I've asked everything I wanted to ask. Maybe there's still something that you want to say, but...
No, I'm just super excited. Like, thank you for having me on.
Not many people watch the videos, so, like, don't get that excited, but...
No, I love working with all different types of content creators. And that actually reminded me, like, I said it in my chat before, but we actually went up against each other on ladder one time. Yeah.
But to be fair, I was doing, like, 3 things at a time, and I played really badly.
I know.
Yeah.
I still beat you. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you were playing Fires and I played Bond.
Yeah, and you played Bant at the time where I was like boring Bant to fairy things. So yeah, is that how you describe yourself? Like,
no, I'm not boring at all. I'm not boring at all. I'm just in a bad mood all the time, I guess.
No, I mean, it seems like from what I've seen on Twitter, like you've traveled to Japan and you really like traveling and things like that. So
yeah, I actually lived in Japan for like year and a half.
Yeah, it looks like it. Like I keep seeing. I like to like whenever I collaborate with other content creators, I like to see like what you've been doing. So like stalking. So. You've had an interesting life, and I'm super excited to be part of your content. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. If you guys like the video, please click on the like and subscribe button. Thanks for your time, and bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.